What in the world is this? What is up, you guys, and welcome back to another video. My name is Alex Gervasio. I'm a travel photographer and model. So today's video, you guys, is going to be about what my DMs look like on Instagram. So I really wanted to make this video because, you know, I'm kind of used to getting outrageous, crazy DMs. But, you know, I feel like this year it's just been too much, too excessive, passing boundaries, passing my limits. And the reason why I respond or even check my DMs at times is because, you know, that's my way of advertising my OnlyFans. So a lot of times I get most DMs that are, you know, a little bit crazy, people asking for stuff, for photos, whatever, right? So I just reply with my link to my OnlyFans, and most of the time it actually works. They subscribe and it's done with, because that's what they were wanting, right? That's the type of content that they were looking for. So you guys, I basically just wanted to start it off lightly. Like I said, I'm used to getting tons of DMs, not just on Instagram, but on Facebook, Twitter. I've even gotten some weird, crazy comments on my YouTube channel. So I just, you know, with me having so many social media accounts, and TikTok, you know, it just, you know, I'm just used to it. I'm used to it and I know how to handle it, fairly well. But there's been a few things that there's something that happened, that was just outrageous. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So I want to break this down into 3 separate people, basically, right? So the first guy I want to start off with is, I call him the tattoo guy. This person, I ended up blocking him after he made like 2 different accounts, but this was back when I was modeling, you know, when I had my first Instagram account. So anyway, I didn't always have a lot of tattoos like I do now. So this was like 2 or 3 years ago when I started getting, you know, like a lot of tattoos, I guess, right? So, and it's funny, you guys, because you know, like, it's my body, you know what I mean? Nobody should care what I get on my body, but it's just funny because every time I would get a tattoo, and I would post it out like on social media, I'd get a DM from this guy, and the first one was like, oh, well, why would you do that? And now you look trashy, and I don't know what. And they were just basically like just talking really bad and negatively. So I was just like, okay, whatever, you know. I just thought it was kind of funny because I'm like, who does that? And like, who actually cares that much to go off and write paragraphs of why I shouldn't be getting any tattoos on myself? That was I call him the tattoo guy because it's happened it happened twice, you know, not too many times, but it was funny because every single time I posted a photo of my new ink or whatever, I'd get a DM, and it was just this guy saying, oh, well, you're just gonna ruin your body. And then, what did he say? The last time I posted a photo and got a DM from him, he said that, he's like, oh, congratulations. Now, what did he say? That you look like a toilet, that I look like a toilet because I have so much shit on me, is what he was trying to say. And I was just like, wow, I can't believe you're that upset over me getting a tattoo. Like, not even my mom got that upset. But the second person, I call random video guy. So this has been more recent. It's kind of just harmless because I'm used to, again, getting DMs. People send me photos. Some people send me straight up videos of, you know, like I'm just doing crazy things. But this person, you know, they would send me, I think they still do it to this day. I haven't really checked my DMs for a while, but I would get like a DM like maybe once every 2 weeks. It was very specific, you know, like once every month, once every 2 weeks, something like that. And this guy, the same kind of pose, the same kind of video, the same kind of length of the video, the same kind of content, just different days, different everything. Basically just like, you know, showing off his body or whatever, trying to show off and like flex or whatever, mainly like just the abs, and then that's it, you know. And I was just like, okay, you know. And I call him video guy because I've seen so many videos of him just doing that over and over, and this has been going on for like months. So, you know, it doesn't really bother me. You know, he's not literally like just telling me something crazy or like directly bothering me, right? So I'm like, okay, whatever, I can overlook this, you know. But, you know, so that's just kind of another minimal one. But you guys, so this is the whole reason why I wanted to make this video, because this last one, it's just outrageous. It's crazy. It's kind of horrific, honestly. As a guy, especially, it's just something no guy would want to see, hear, do, you know, or at least you would think so. So this person basically started off by, I got a DM. This was like last month, 2 months ago. And they were just sending me compliments. Oh, your photography is great. You know, I love your photos on Instagram and this and that. And I was just like, oh, cool, you know, thanks. And basically that's all that was, is it just started off as compliments. And I was like, okay, fine, you know. So I usually don't DM people back and forth and like have a full blown conversation. But this person, I don't know, I thought he was decent, you know, and I was greatly mistaken, and it started escalating from one thing to another. And one time he was just like, oh, you know, I like going to clothing optional places too. So he sent me a few photos of his experience before, and I was like, okay. I again sent my link for my, you know, OnlyFans, and they were like, oh, well, I'm not interested in that, you know, I'm very just kind of old-fashioned, whatever. So I was just like, okay, that's fine, you know. And so nothing was wrong. Everything was decent. You know what I'm saying? Every once in a while we talk, and, you know, like once a week type of deal. So you guys, it started with him. I guess I thought he was like not really attractive, but I was like somehow attracted to just like the conversations we're having, and he seemed like a decent person. So it escalated from one thing to another, and we started trading photos, which I rarely do. My photos, again, were, you know, anything crazy. It was just me camping, you know, kind of showing a little more off than usual, but it was just me camping, you know, being at clothing optional campground. So I started getting random videos or photos from him, flat out erection, you know, whatever, stuff like that. And it was kind of on topic in a way. So anyway, you guys, I can't even tell you exactly how it escalated to what it escalated to, but basically one time we were talking, and he basically started talking about like fetishes and what stuff and what he likes and whatever. And he asked me what I liked, and I was just like, well, I don't know. I'm just kind of boring in a way, you know, when it comes to that type of stuff, you know, just kind of like just old fashioned. I'm not into a lot of things at all. So anyway, he started saying that one of his things is like a little bit of pain, you know, when he is engaging in masturbation. So I was like, okay, what do you mean by that? And he was basically like just saying that, you guys, I don't even know how to say it, so I'm just going to say it. So he ended up telling me that he basically liked hurting himself, and that's how he got off. And I was just like, well, I don't really understand. Like, what do you mean? So like, you know, I never asked him for a photo, and I guess I probably should have just left it at that, but I didn't. So we were talking, and he was like, oh, I can share with you, you know, what I like to do, basically what gets me off. So I was like, okay, whatever, that's fine. And that was a big mistake, because you guys, he basically sent me photos of him. Disgusting, like very graphic. So sorry about the mental scene I'm about to give you, but basically this was him sending me photos of his penis. He wasn't even like erect, it was just his penis. It looked like injured, like somebody had basically stabbed his penis. So I've never even had to, like, I didn't even know this was possible for somebody to be into this. No! But basically, he had told me that he had done that to himself.
You bitch! How dare you? Oh my God!
And that's what he liked. And that's basically how he gets off. You guys, again, I've heard and seen a lot of things, but I've never heard of this in my life or seen anybody do anything like this. It's horrific. It's something I definitely don't ever want to see. And I basically, you know, he sent me a few photos like that, and I was like, dude, like, just stop. And I told him, like, can you, like, just please stop sending me that type of photos? I don't want to see that. I told him, like, this is actually really horrible to see. Like, I still can't get that image out of my head. You know, it's just crazy, you guys. I've never gotten a DM like that. And this was, again, over Instagram. So I basically, you know, told him to stop. He did stop, but he thought it was kind of like funny. He was like, oh, LOL, you know, what's fine, that's fine. And I don't know, I'm like, dude, like, this is not funny. I'm actually serious. Like, I'm dead ass. Like, this is not cool. I did not want to see that. it's kind of like traumatizing, you know, to see. Like, please don't send any more stuff like that. And so that was that. I ended up blocking him right away because I was just, that was too much, you guys. That is too much. That one thing is for you to send me or to say something or to send a photo of yourself, but like another thing is to send a photo of yourself hurting yourself, bleeding. I mean, nobody wants to see that. That is horrible. That's like a nightmare. But that is it, you guys. Those are the stories that I basically have to share with you guys. Like I said, I can handle a lot of things on Instagram. I can handle a lot of different DMs. I've seen a lot of DMs. I still get a lot of weird DMs on Instagram, but something like that is definitely not it's just not right. I hope that that person can get some mental help because that can't be normal. I wouldn't even call that a fetish. I would call that like you're just harming yourself. So, which is definitely not okay. That's just an insight on what I have to deal with on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, even YouTube, with comments being weird sometimes. So, you know, again, I can handle myself. I can handle myself 100%, but it just gets way too much when you start seeing stuff like that. That's basically somebody harming themselves, you know what I'm saying? So, but that is it, you guys. Those are the three or few examples that I wanted to share with you guys on what I deal with on my Instagram, in my DMs, and everywhere else. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and stay tuned for the next video, you guys.